them, but you can call and get in line. And if we've got them, go ahead and call in 910-333-0151. That takes you to our line too. 0151. Got it?
Well, I have
That's the way I remember things.
redone YouTube. I don't know what's wrong with YouTube. It's not on our end.
It's not our end.
It just keeps freezing. And the last couple of days, it's been perfect.
It's the same computer. It's the same feed as we feed out of that computer. Nothing but Facebook and YouTube. And our download speed here is like, I forgot, 450 megabits per second now or something silly. They increased it, and we Zoom.
Well, I've even
this
noticed,
is hardwired in. This is not even a wireless.
I've even noticed when I go back and look at it, later in the day or whatever, it's kind of blurry too. It's YouTube.
I know. I haven't found YouTube being very crisp lately on any of the stuff that I'm watching.
I have been going into the back office trying to figure out some things on it, and I'll keep on working on it. Is all I got to say. All I have to say. So
let's see. I got a story I was going to do, but it's going to take a little bit more time because I'm going to have time for Kelly to probably call in and react when I read the story. Is that our doc?
That should be, yes, that's our doctor.
Our doctor is in the house. She's our concierge doctor, We just ask her things that we need to know, whether it's about the little kitties or not. But speaking of little kitties, Dr. Rosemary Stein joined us. Have you ever done any work with animals?
She's not a vet.
Well, I know that. But if she can treat little kitties, this little thing that I got is like a little kitty. It is a kitty.
Yes.
I get it. It's a kitty and a kitty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, a lot of what you do in PEDS does translate to veterinary medicine. So I wouldn't say that I've done work with them, but I think I can diagnose a little bit. Okay. Just like the opposite.
So have you ever had a young patient to come in, brought in by somebody, and the young patient had was found, walking around in the backyard, and they just took it, and the young patient was very hungry, needed lots of fluids, and needed some food, and then you did that, and the young patient just laid there in your lap and went to sleep. Is there anything else I need to do? Take them to the doctor, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There might be two people that need to go to the doctor there, but other than that.
Yeah, well, anyway.
But other than that, sounds like the kitty's being spoiled.
Yeah, the kitty's being spoiled, and we're being spoiled with the kitty. I know it. And yes, we do. My wife, we've been trying to find the owner. It's been unsuccessful so far. So she made an appointment with the vet, just in case. So in case Friday we go to the vet, then we will have adopted another cat. That's another cat we'll have adopted us.
There you go.
That's the way it works.
Knew a good home. You're that kitty knew a good home. Spotted it and said, "That's where I'm going."
Yeah, pretty much.
They're smart.
Well, that kitty went to a lot of trouble to get through a 6 foot tall fence too. So
he's little.
Yeah,
he just squeezed right through.
He went underneath the gate, I think, but
yes.
There's a little more space there. But
he's just so pretty.
Yeah,
these big owl eyes. He looks like a hoot owl.
Hoot owl.
I
could have called him Hooters.
He's got this big owl eyes, and then he's got this like furriness on the side of his face. He looks like a little owl. You should have named him Wise.
Wise.
Oh, that is sweet.
Wise Owl.
I found him during a storm that was going on here, so I named him Stormy as a temporary name, but he seems to have taken to it.
Now, my mother had a gray cat named Stormy, and I'm going to tell you, the cat was evil. So,
well, this one's not going to be evil.
No, that was an evil cat.
This one knows better. All right, Doc, what's going on in the world of medicine for little children, the two-legged ones?
Not many changes as expected. A lot of kids are having allergies, and because of that, some sinus infections. We still got some strep. The worst things that have left. That's good to hear, like the COVID and the flu, the RSV. We're not seeing much of that at all. So we're happy about that, and parents are happy.
Okay.
it was a good week because the kids are where they're supposed to be, mostly at school, and we're getting on with our sports physicals and making sure that the kiddos are ready for participation in all their athletic activities, and that's where the world should be, and that's a good thing.
Yeah. Okay. But speaking of all the athletic activities, I assume you see kids that are getting ready to go out for one sport or another, anything from cheerleading, because that is a sport and it can be very dangerous. Because I got pictures of those two girls throwing another girl way up into the air, and every time I saw them, they caught them. But I'm sure there have been other occasions
I was like, whoo.
when they missed. Do you, do you go through things like that to make sure that they are physically fit to do some of those activities? Do you talk to them about that?
I do.
Okay, good.
I tell them the danger of the sport while not trying to scare them away. I think aspirations are a wonderful thing, and without a risk, there's really little progress and success. But they have to be aware of the risk so that they try to protect themselves from it as well. But these kids, that they have aspirations, they have goals. They're the ones that are most likely to succeed. The rate of success for kids that participate in sports and try their best to do their best, those are usually the kids that go on to and they tend to do better in life than others that may choose not to participate in any extracurricular activities at all. So I encourage them at the same time that I warn them or try to teach them, instruct them on the possible dangers.
Do you have any kids around 10, 11, 12 years of age?
Well, not in my house.
No. I'm talking about in your. I know you treat little ones too, but do you treat those preteens and early teens?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I take care of them until they're 21.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know you went that old. Okay, sorry.
So old.
Well, that advanced age, that maturity level. No, but
Yes.
have you ever had any kids to come in there that may have expressed to you or talked to you, they may be pushed into doing this or doing that, and that's not something they're interested in? Peer pressure or parent pressure or daddy pressure, not just parents, but maybe just the daddy, to encourage them to, get out and do something like daddy was a football star, or maybe the kid doesn't want to do something like that. Do you ever run into kids that just don't want to do those things?
I find that occasionally, but mostly I find kids maybe more peer pressure. The cool sport is soccer, so they never even entertain doing another sport. But I don't have a lot of kids whose parents are forcing them because it takes also a lot of sacrifice from the parents, and so it has to be. It takes sacrifice from the kid and the parents. So it's a little more unusual to find it. I'm not saying it isn't there. It happens once in a while, but by far it's more a peer pressure thing, or the kid just wants to try it out and see if it suits them, if it fits them. And then they figure out whether they like that sport or they like being part of the athletic school world, and they decide not to or to enroll the next year. Yeah. But I think it's a great experience for kids, actually.
Any kids that may come before you, or you talk with them, and you might get the opinion after chatting with them that, hey, this kid's kind of on a geeky side. And that's not a bad thing. I'm just saying that some people will use that term as geeky as not being, as one of the crowd. Maybe they're really into computers or computer, not games, because it seems like all kids like to use the computers for games, but for, really the technical part of computers, what they can actually do for you or you can do with them to really make a difference in the world. You run into kids like that?
The stigma of being geeky has decreased because all these kids play on the computers and they want to make software and programs for them. So when we were kids, it was not a cool thing to be a geek and you know and to know your numbers well and wear glasses and and all that kind of stuff. But I think that has changed. But what I tell kids is that it's good to be a balanced person. Yeah, you could be, you know, really good at numbers and in computers and sit behind the computer and be so smart. But you got to get up and you got to move around. Your body has to exercise as well. Your brain is well exercised because you're doing all that stuff.
Sure.
But your body has to exercise so that both the parts of you, your mental side and your physical side, sort of match up. So I think that there's a lot of balance in all that, and I think that the parents should teach the kids that there's balance. And the same thing for kids who are very athletic and think that there's no need to exercise their brain. You got to read, you got to do your math, you got to know history, and that makes you a more well-balanced person. And then colleges, some good colleges, will want you more if you're really athletically gifted.
Yeah. Well, you know, when I was growing up, my parents, I was not anything like, so to speak. You know, they did things that they liked to do or they were brought up doing all their lives, and it just didn't catch up in person. But I had the support of both of them to do what I wanted to do. And one of the many things that I liked doing was I got into electronics at a very early age, and I'm talking about like 10. And then by 11, I was people all over the world on ham radio. And, you know, it's different than the computer stuff. And I was just thinking that it would certainly be nice if a lot of young people had the opportunity to talk, not with some internet fake person on the other end, but to talk with people who have licenses in other parts of the world, Russia, Ukraine. Can you imagine having one weekend you talk to both of people in both of those countries as a kid?
Yeah, those are grand experiences. And
yeah,
we should be able to offer our children all sorts of experiences like that. Of course, you know, you need to supervise, and especially if you're 10 or 11, what they're hearing, who they're talking to.
Well,
because
on ham radio, the difference on ham radio, you got pretty much everybody on there is going to be like your dad or your parents. They're not. They have to go through screening. They have to get a license, and it's not just something they send off for in the mail. They have to learn stuff and take a test. You're not going to find the real perverts hanging around ham radio.
Yeah,
it's a difference.
You definitely have less of a chance of running into a predator.
Yeah.
But you know, you're 10 or 11, and you're very impressionable.
Mm-hmm.
So that do it with your kids. You know,
sure.
Get the embark on that with your child. And it's like, you like boating. I mean, why not if granddad or you have a friend who likes boats, teach your kid how to take care of a boat, and then have them teach you how to steer, what the parts of the boat are.
Mm-hmm.
These are things that will stay with the kid forever, and you don't know how that's going to affect his or her life.
Yeah. Well.
But what we do with our kids between the age of 10 and 12 will never leave them, either for the good or the bad. And remember that, parents, because you're building people.
And I would strongly encourage people like you, because I know you do it. That's the reason I picked on you a little bit. I know you go way and above beyond. Stick out your tongue. Let's take your temperature. Okay, you're good. Go bye. See you in 6 months. So I mean, I know you talk to people, and that was one of the things too. We had a family doctor that came to the house when I was sick. You know, in the middle of the night, you could call him. Break out with a fever. Here he comes. There's a little black bag. So literally, and they woke me up to see the doctor. So there's a difference in doctors, and you're one of those good differences.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. But we could do the same thing, just being a counselor, being a teacher. You got to take interest in your kid. You approach them and you look genuine. You say, "Hey, how are you?" Like you miss them or her. And the kid feels that, especially when it's genuine and their lives are changed, and they open up to you. They tell you the best stories, and we should all be that kind of person.
Take the time, and you will never regret it. And so anyway, counselors, teachers, doctors. You know, it's not just being a profession. It's not just
Yeah,
a
no, there's
profession.
all types of professions.
Hmm.
I've seen even little videos about a kid who loved the trash truck.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
it was the same trash person who I don't know what their name is now. It changes. But it was the same person every week. And the 3 or 4-year-old just loved seeing the person come and pick up the trash. And they started like a little relationship, and the mom would supervise. You can be anything and influence children for good.
We like
Just keep that in mind.
We like our letter carrier here because he provides personal service, and he does everywhere, not just us, but and our doggies like him too, because they will run and wait at the door when he's delivering mail and watch him, and he talks to them.
Yep, and that was the one I was going to mention. I said, even your mail carrier has a way to influence you. If you smile and you're looking forward to getting your mail, and they have a lot of interesting experiences every day.
Oh, yes, they do.
Delivering the mail.
Yep. All right, Doc. Thank you again, and we will see you next week. Good information too. Good conversation.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You guys have a great week.
You too. Something I want to mention. I noticed yesterday when I was getting in the truck during the daylight, the pollen has started.
I know that.
A lot of yellow on my
I got
truck.
yellow on my eyelashes.
Well, look, I went in there and just checked. We need to start doing this at least a couple days a week. For March 19th, today, 2025, in Jacksonville, North Carolina, the pollen forecast indicates low grass pollen and low ragweed pollen. And here's a more detailed breakdown.
But
grass pollen is low, ragweed pollen is low, tree pollen is high, mold is low, dust and dander is high. And
dust and dander, and especially if you got a kitty cat like the big one that I got, and likes to go outside and wallow in that little low pollen count, weeds and grass and stuff.
Right.
And then comes back inside and gets in my lap and takes his dander and gives it to me, mixed in with the pollen count.
Mine likes to lay on my bed. I try to put a cover on it to reduce all the pine bark, dirt, and other dust and dander.
I've got the power washer outside now. I'm going to just wash him down before he comes inside. He would bite my leg off. Okay, here's one for you.
All right.
We're waiting for Peter Wright to be here. Mr. Wright will be here in a minute.
Waiting for Mr. Wright to come in the door.
Now, try not to use your post office and I'll keep my sailor talk down.
Okay.
It makes no difference if you're a cop when it comes to doing stupid and illegal and vicious things. Here's an example. A police officer in Indiana, he's been arrested along with his wife on charges that they quit typing because you're going to hit the keys too hard, that they forced their daughter to stand outside in freezing temperatures holding a cruel sign as punishment. Cody Scott, I'm not going to call him officer, Cody Scott and his wife Kylie Scott are both charged with 2 counts of felony neglect of the dependent. Back in January, now this is Indiana, a woman called the police, reported the child standing beside the road. The little girl was the Scott's 6-year-old daughter. The temperature at the time of the call was 18 degrees. She was holding a sign that read, Kelly, turn your radio off. I want to stab and kill my brother. I even taken antipsychotic. If you need to give pity, then give it to the victims. The cop's excuse for a dad responded to the call, believe it or not, when that 911 call came in, but his supervisor came along with him. Body camera footage showed the caller telling Scott, this baby is standing out here in the freezing cold with the sign. Scott, this gets worse. Scott, as a cop, was heard on the video saying, "Yep, she comes out here every 30 minutes and she goes back inside every 10 minutes to warm up back up, and then she comes back." Another guy stops at the time and gives Scott a piece of his mind. The supervisor didn't stop him. The excuse from this human being claiming to be a cop and a daddy, "Well, sir, aside from me cruelly beating her physically, I've not done any other punishment that has worked for her." Scott, the scum, reportedly told the original 911 caller standing out there with him that his 6-year-old daughter had been taken to a hospital twice and that the girl had been kicked out of the hospital. Don't understand. While the case happened in Cass County, Indiana, a Howard County caseworker, social services, took the case to avoid any conflict of interest. The caseworker said this was not the first time the girl was made to hold a sign. In one incident, her parents made her carry a sign to school that said, carry a sign to school, 6 years old, that read, "I pee on everything and cover it up like a cat." The school also reported the girl also was made to carry a sign at Walmart, walking around Walmart, that read, "I lie to hurt other people." Scott's been placed on unpaid administrative leave. The couple entered not guilty pleas last week. Their trial is not until September. I have to assume, I've got a hope, that this little girl has been put into protective custody with the state away from them. The state should issue a no-contact domestic abuse order for the parents or any other relatives. They don't need to go to grandma, grandpa, Uncle Jane, Uncle Jim, Aunt Jane, nobody. They need to stay with the state in this case, something I'm usually opposed to.
Right.
And the other cops at that police department should be providing a blanket party for both of these excuses for parents at every possible moment in the dark of night. I can't even imagine them, either one of them, out of jail on bond at this time. I can't understand them walking the streets. At least he has no pay coming.
They need to be in jail, no bond.
They need to be in jail without benefit of bond. I have not seen that from the audio coming from this body camera was like, you've got to be kidding me. What is wrong with these people? And you call yourself a daddy?
You call yourself a human?
If you treated my
POS.
If you treated my just imagine somebody treating my grandbaby like that.
Oh, it'd be on.
Oh no, it wouldn't be on for long.
I'd be in serious trouble because I handled things my way.
I wouldn't.
And not
find it
the lawful way. Nope.
Okay, now we're going to turn over to Mr. Wright.
Good morning.
Mr. Wright.
How are you doing, sir?
Very well, thanks.
Good. It's chilly outside, huh?
It wasn't too bad. I thought it said 37, but when I got out, I'm only wearing a fitted jersey. It's not bad.
It's not as biting cold as it has been, even at 37 degrees. Right now, we're up to 35 here in the backyard of the studio, so it's warming up. It'll get up there a little bit. It'll be nice later today. Peter Wright is a Medicare, Medicaid expert, and he's providing assistance. Yes, thank goodness for us, and thank goodness for all the other people. I wonder how many people have you helped in the last couple of years here in Onslow County? Just the last couple of years. You could take a wild guess.
300 to 400, somewhere in there. I would say. Yeah.
If everybody else could help 300 or 400 people with issues that are dealing with the federal government, like these issues are, and looking for opportunities that are available. There are things that are available out there, and dodging the scams. You've got to be able to get through the landmines first. And I just, interestingly enough, I got this cute little letter in the mail yesterday. It said important on the outside of the envelope, the part that you could read through the window.
Mhm.
Important, read carefully. Medicare recipient. B12, yada, 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 yada. My name, my address, right here. And then it says, call to verify plan eligibility. Read below for more information. Response to this notice is requested. Big bold letters. Medicare Advantage, Medicare Support Hotline. Got my address. Got a contact telephone number for me to call them. Attention, me. We're trying to reach you regarding your potential eligibility for a Medicare Advantage plan that may include additional benefits. Please call us today at yada, yada, yada and speak with a licensed insurance agent to see if you qualify. Did I do it? No. As a Medicare recipient and resident of North Carolina, you may be eligible to enroll in a plan with additional benefits, and these benefits may be of value to you. Call to understand your options. Contact a licensed insurance agent, their number again. Contact a licensed insurance agent, their number again. Monday through Friday, 8 to 6.
Mhm.
Refer to customer ID number. And then a really tiny print down here. Got to get the specs out. Benefits may vary by carrier and location. This is an advertisement and a solicitation of insurance. Medicare Support Hotline is a registered DBA. That means, for you who don't know, doing business as of Call Trader LLC. Call Trader, TRADER. Enrollment in a plan may be limited to certain times of the year unless you qualify for a special enrollment period or you are in your Medicare initial election period. A licensed insurance agent can help you. Yada, 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 yada. I saved it just for you. Scams.
That is actually, I mean, they're trying to get you to move, but doing it via mail, that is legal to do, but be very careful because I've spoken to a good agent before, and you've got into a plan, and then you're most likely in.
If you want
in a reasonable in a good plan for you.
One of the best things that you could do if you really have a desire to chat with these individuals is to call that number. But go get yourself, either find a payphone if you can, or go get yourself a burner phone. Rent a burner phone for a week and make all the calls that you want to make. It's not going to come back to you.
Yeah, because the problem is
because they're going to bug you.
Well, once you get your number known to a list, they're going to keep calling you. And I've been talking to people this week, and that's why I mention it here. Mention it here.
So you got scams up here at the top of the list today.
Yeah,
ironically and coincidentally.
For the people I've spoken to this week have just told me it's getting worse and worse. They're getting more and more calls right now. And I'm afraid it's going to be like that until March 31st.
It's called desperation.
It's the end of the open enrollment period. Agents, if you can call them that, are calling as many people as they can to try to get people to change plan, and probably not for the best. There's two sort of things I've come across. One is people being told that their drugs are cheaper in a different plan, and this may be a coincidence, but I doubt it. In each of those each of those times I've checked their drugs when they've been told that they're cheaper in the plan they've been put on or spoken about. They have not been cheaper.
The word that you use is that they use. We may be able to get your drugs cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
Sign up now and we'll tell you.
Yeah.
Huh? No.
And
then you'll find out you're not going to get them any cheaper.
So if you are concerned about your drug costs, give me a call, please. My number is 252-675-4488. I've had very expensive drugs myself for the last 20 years or more, and I know how to get drugs cheaply. But also, I can check your drugs out for you, and I can also, you are also. So that's one thing. You could give me a call. The other thing you could do is go on to Medicare.gov and using your zip code, you're able to put your information into the computer, into Medicare.gov.
And they won't keep bugging you by telephone, by the way.
It is complicated to dig into it, but you can do it. I have had some people do it. It can show you the different costs of the drugs at different pharmacies, including via mail order. And if you dig into the details, you can really work out, which plan is better for you. Probably the easiest way is to give me a call.
I would dare say, Peter, and now you tell me when I'm wrong, if I'm wrong, I would dare say that the people that you have helped, you've got the best plan that they can get. You've offered them the best, you've told them the options, and they've signed on to the best plan. And they ain't going to get a better option for the drugs or whatever, right?
Well, what I've done, or what I've tried to do, to look at the drugs, the doctor. I've found out what they want and what they need. Maybe somebody is falling over and they need to have an emergency button. They're living on their own, and they could be at threat of or they need a dental plan. And some plans have better dental plans than others. Then it's very and so I've helped them choose the right plan to suit their needs.
As an individual like me who was insurance stupid, uninformed, unintelligent, not wanting to delve into it, I just didn't want to do it. I said, let Peter do it. I cannot fill out those forms. I choose not to want to do that. I got other things I'd rather do. I would rather turn it over to the expert. I'm not even going to change the oil in my car because there are people that can do that cheaper, better, and it's guaranteed that it's going to work.
And scrape up their knuckles.
And then let them scrape up their knuckles, clean up all the mess that they're going to make. That's what they're paid to do.
Right.
And it ain't going to cost you that much more to get it done by an expert. In your case, it's going to cost them nothing.
Yeah.
Hello.
And the other thing, if you do it through if you've gone to a good agent, you've got somebody that's looking at your plans next year as well to make sure you are in the right plan for the next year. And we'll let you know if there may be a need to change.
And I'm sure that you're taking into account when you talk to these individuals, because some of them are saying, well, next year, this time I will be out of the Marine Corps. I'll be out of the Navy. I'll be a civilian. I'm a civilian now, but I got a job that I'll be moving to probably after the first of the year in Los Angeles. God bless you. But anyway, if that's where you want to go. But in case you do that, you can advise them in advance because you won't be their person once they get to LA next year.
Yeah.
But some things to look out for.
Yeah.
So that's always a good thing too. Do it. And to go see a guy that has had problems since early on in your life, since you're mid-30s?
40s. Yeah.
With major medical issues, and you know what the insurance issues are, you know where the drug issues are, and you've been through it. Take advantage of his learned experiences, if nothing else, because he's you got to be self-educated in that respect, and then you went and got all those courses that you have to take.
Yeah.
So what I say, that's the guy. I'm not going to look at all that. I'd never get through that. So
Yeah.
Do what I do.
It-
Call Peter.
It is a big learning curve, and yeah,
252-675-4488.
that's right.
I did it again.
You did.
252-675-4488. Got you.
Thank you.
I can't
Perfect.
remember
Yeah.
my own number sometimes, but I got yours down pat. Okay. You can call him now. Also, before we get too far into this thing, you're going to be at Walmart, the one on Marine Boulevard North at the intersection of Western Boulevard. That's the big Walmart here.
Mhm.
You'll be there from 10 till 3.
Yes, that's
Okay,
right.
10 to 3 o'clock today and tomorrow.
So that's Wednesday and Thursday.
And again,
Yep.
next Wednesday and Thursday.
Yes.
Don't wait till the last minute because we're coming up on the end of the month. And if you happen to be one of those individuals that are eligible,
Mhm.
that you may want to be making a change and you just found out that you might be eligible to do that, or you don't know whether you're eligible, give him a call or stop by between 10 and 3 o'clock
Mhm.
today and tomorrow at Walmart.
Yep.
That work?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Uh,
does. Yep. And so the other thing that I've really noticed is people aren't taking advantage of all the benefits and the plans, or don't know of all the benefits and the plans.
I know, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet because I just haven't gotten around to
You
it.
will be proud to know
You have.
that I started looking into mine and I ordered 2 things that you can get two items off the wellness, 2 items free a year. And so I looked at the catalog, and while I didn't really
One of them, a new car.
see anything that I really needed, took advantage. And one was a bath mat,
Uh-huh.
and the other one was the toilet light that lights up. You know, when you walk in there and the toilet lights up. I was like,
So
well,
you
why
can-
not?
So you can find
So
you can
For-
find Johnny.
you guys could benefit from it. Men could benefit from it very well.
What do you mean?
But you know what I mean. But anyway, so I did that. And so then the card that I got in the mail,
Mhm.
you know, it's like a credit card. I checked on that. And what mine actually does is it's a 0 balance right now. But anytime I go for my annual physical, I had to fill out a form. You can do it online, send that in. They put money on your card. They give you, I guess,
I think it was $50, wasn't it, for the annual physical?
is
think-
it?
I think it's that much.
I got to boost mine up. But you know,
She'll get hers every week.
that's like
to.
this week I have an eye appointment, my yearly eye exam.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if that'll cover it, but I'm going to try. I also have my yearly dental
Well,
this
your
week.
yearly eye appointment, that's at $0 cost, and you got 2. No, hang on. Yeah, you're on a different plan from because you're on the Blue Cross Federal plan as well.
Right,
So
right.
that has different.
So I can't. Well-
You're not covered for dental or vision
Well, I
on
have
your
my
plan.
own dental plan
Yeah,
anyway. But
yeah,
I'm going to
yeah.
go in there and just
Yeah.
put it in there and see what
Yeah.
I can get. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's how you earn the bucks.
Mhm.
Now
And,
mine is different. I got the Blue Cross Advantage plan, and I get the Flex card, and I get $84
So
every
how do you
quarter,
get
right?
yeah,
Whatever it is,
83.
$83,
Yeah.
close. So I can just spend that for the approved items somewhere during that quarter.
Yeah. Mhm.
And if I don't spend it during that quarter, it goes
gone.
it's gone. I get $83 again on the first of the next quarter.
Yeah.
But
So-
I let the other money on the table, as Joe McLaughlin likes to say. So yeah, I
the
got-
other thing I
gotta
learned
get
on
some
mine
stuff.
is once that money is put onto my debit card, I can use that debit card any place I want to.
For
They give me a
anything.
whole list of things like Lowe's, Home Depot, grocery stores. I don't have to use it on medical.
Yeah.
It's free money. They give me money.
It's a bonus.
That's for the rewards money.
And they say,
the
"Go spend it."
actual, the over the counter, you've got to spend it on,
But where do I
Uh,
go for the over the counter information?
I know Walmart. No, I
Know
haven't.
what I
I
mean?
haven't
On
looked
my-
myself,
I
but
have to look
I've
on my
I've heard
plan.
from some people that Walmart have got a catalog you can look at and see what you
No,
can
that's
get
not what
over
I
the
mean.
counter.
Is I mean, I've got my
okay.
Flex card,
Yep.
which is you earn money that they put on there by going to your doctor appointments. But nowhere have I seen anything about the.
Because your plan is different, I don't think you have over-the-counter money on you. We do. Because
Let's talk.
so Lee has a different plan.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So let me talk about the most
Yes.
popular plan that Blue Cross has, which is the Essential Plus plan, which is what Rayford is on, as well as what my wife is
I'm
on.
essential. I'm very plus.
I'm Advantage. I'm Freedom. No, I'm Freedom Plus, I think.
Yeah, you're on the Freedom plan.
Yeah, see.
That's right.
Freedom.
So with the Essential Plus plan, and 59% of people are on that plan. I think about 19% of people are on the enhanced plan in this area in North Carolina. That's so, and that's got similar benefits. So we're talking about both of those really. So you're able to get discounted hearing aids at between $700 to $1,000 each,
Don't do it.
and so that's one ability. What one benefit that you've got? You've got dental. You've got a dental plan of $2,000 at 100%, and that's not at 50%. Like some plans have got 50% with dentures or plates.
So
this is 100%.
My first $2,000 spend is total. I don't give them anything else.
Yeah,
no copay.
That's right. Yeah.
Very
So
good.
make sure that you and you want to try to use that at a dentist that's in network, because then you'll get the contracted in network rates.
And you check my dentist, and my dentist was in that plan.
Yeah.
In network.
Yeah. So make sure you use that during this year, because I get some people come to see me in end of November and they haven't done anything for their teeth and they would really like to, but it's too late now.
Uh-huh.
So, and I've got to do something with my teeth. I've seen my dentist. I've got to have it checked out. I've got.
There's some pliers over there. Would you bring them to me? I can help him.
That's what I need. I actually need a tooth pulling.
That's not a problem for me. Pulling other people's teeth is good. Okay.
I have a dental appointment tomorrow. Y'all quit.
Yeah. So
I've got an even bigger pair of pliers, no doubt. In
Mine's
the back
just
of my
for the usual cleaning. And,
I got some
you
big
know.
ones back there and some big toolboxes too. I have to do big things sometimes. And then I got a wrench in case that doesn't work.
You sound
Then I got a chisel and a hammer.
okay. I think let's move on. So
Thank you.
you've got you can have a I'm trying to think what the name for it is. You have your eyes tested at no cost, and you can get glasses or contact lenses. You've got $200 in the plan, and the Essential Plus plan for that, and the Enhanced plan you've got $300 for that. The plan also has 24 transportation trips one way, so you can go to the pharmacy or to the doctor.
24 times a year.
20 well
That'd be
one way.
That would be 12
Yeah.
times round trip.
That would be 12 times round
Unless
trip.
you're going to walk
Or
back.
somebody can drop you off and you maybe get your way
That's
back.
good.
I got you.
Yes.
Or some people tell me they actually use it, to go to Walmart to do their shopping, because they go to the pharmacy at the same time. So
Interesting.
that can be helpful too, because I have some people without cars. Yeah. And then there's a fitness plan. Every month, you got $112 that you can spend on a gym membership or a couple of gym memberships, or you can have just one gym membership perhaps and get some extra classes, or purchase some
stuff.
equipment for working out.
I get $112 a month.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, but you know what, Peter?
Does that reimbursement? Does I have to spend it first and then they reimburse it, or how does that work?
No, that comes off your Flex card.
Off that same card? Really?
Off the same card.
Oh, cool.
See, for every 8 trips to
No,
the
sorry,
gym,
it's not on the card. It's not on the
Okay.
Flex card. But you're able to use it.
you sign up using your insurance card.
If you go to a gym, they'll know if it's in partnership with Fit On Health,
Okay.
and they will know if they're part of that
Good.
network. If they're not part of that network, you can still get the plan to pay for that.
Okay.
So
Right. Sounds like a winner. I know. I just haven't been over there yet, and that's the other thing I'm going to be doing. I might do that today. Today or
Somebody
tomorrow.
wanted to see the dog.
Yeah, there's the
Sucker.
doggy.
And I learned for every 8 trips to the gym, once I sign up, I get $10 credit on my card.
that's right. Yes.
Okay.
If you log it with, and I don't know if it probably doesn't automatically log it if you. No, I would think you'd have to.
No,
tell Blue
I have
Cross
to go
about it.
online and fill out
Yeah,
the
yeah.
paperwork.
But you get as part of a rewards
Yes,
part
it's a reward.
of the thing. You if you do exercise 8 times in a month, then you can get $10. If you do a various number of social interactions, you get $5
Right,
each month. So there are ways to get, I think, around $250 worth.
Is there a
of
max?
rewards
Do you
that
know
way.
if there's a max on
Yes,
it?
I think it's about 240, 250, somewhere in there.
See how fast I can get that.
So then there's the over-the-counter we were talking about already for vitamins, toothpaste, toothbrushes, things like that. If you go into hospital and you come out, or a skilled nursing facility, then you can get 28 meals delivered to your home at no cost to you to help you recuperate. That's been helpful for some people, especially if they're living on their own and they're trying to recover from a surgery. Blue Cross provides support for caregivers. So they've got a group of advisors if you're a caregiver and you need some assistance with ideas of what sort of things you can do for your husband, for your spouse, then you can call up Blue Cross and get assistance from, get some advice from them about the various treatments and facilities that are available. You can also make sure they've got software that you can use to track it. If you've got a person that's living some distance away from you, that you can check that they're getting their medications when they should do, and they're visiting doctors when they should. You can have someone come to your home for 60 hours a year to help with cleaning a house or food preparation, other tasks, or maybe you can have somebody come to the house to help you take a break from looking after a partner.
Sure.
But that's at no cost to you. That's 60 hours a year. If you need more hours than that, you can get them. The cost I know last year was $23 extra per hour. But that's what that's available to you. And I have used it. I've had them come to clean my house for about 5 months, twice every a
Would
month.
they do my Jeep too?
Sorry?
Will they clean my Jeep too? No.
You'd have to talk to them. Probably not.
Not unless you live in your Jeep.
Well, you looked at my Jeep lately? My wife says I do. Home safety devices I see on here, 2 per year. How do we just buy those and then file it with them, or how do we?
Well, that's what Lee was just talking about. Lee, if you can tell us how
I
you
went
did it.
into the website.
I'm talking like like fire alarms or smoke alarms.
No.
They don't count?
No, you go into the website that's provided to you from your insurance company, and they have a catalog. You can download the catalog or just look at it because it won't take you long to go through it. And just pick what 2 devices you'd like to have, and they mail them to you.
So smoke detectors are not included?
No, there are things like canes. There are things like potty seats, and then bath chairs and bath mats gripper bars to put up in the bathroom to hold on to while you're taking a
I
shower.
wish I hadn't put all these things up before.
See, and like I said, I went ahead and ordered 2 things. You get 2 things a year you can order. Everybody can always use a bath mat, because after a while you throw out the one you have, but
Why?
and then because it gets nasty after a while.
It gets dirty. You get out of it and you get on
I
it. And
clean
you're
mine.
clean. You've got
I
clean
have
feet.
one. I have one that I have to clean every single time I use the shower. It is just.
You need to shower better.
But the
Use better
other
soap.
one I have is very, very good because it fights bacteria. But the one I have in my one bathroom it's pretty, but that's all it's good for. So
Okay.
I'm replacing that. And then I
Yeah.
told you I got the light for the toilet.
Yeah. Well, good deal.
I
Yeah,
can
but
see
like
where
what-
I'm sitting.
If my toilet light comes on, when I walk in the bathroom, something's going to get shot.
Well, you've always seen those things on like National Enquirer where snakes were in the potty and
I
you
know
didn't
that's
turn
going to
the
get
light
shot.
Well, I've got a very bright night light that when I walk into the bathroom, I've got to go and switch it on, and it just plugs into the shaving
Yes.
place. And I just switch it on, and I've got my wife's round mirror, so I always have to put it there in a certain place so the light doesn't. I don't have to look at the light; it bounces back onto the walls, so it doesn't, make. Because if I go in
Sounds
there
like
at 4
something I
o'clock in
would
the morning.
say. Okay, I get it.
Hey, it's annoying. So maybe
Yeah,
I need to get one of these ones that comes on
Yeah,
automatically.
you actually put it under the lid. You lift the lid, you attach it, lid down.
Oh, you put
It's-
it under the lid of the
Yes, it
toilet?
actually, yeah. And then when you go in there and you get ready to use the
I
potty,
can see a little kid going and say,
It
"Hey,
comes
Daddy, come
on.
here and look at this."
it was free. What the heck,
That's interesting. Okay.
I'll let you know how it works out.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Oh, God.
So then they have the personal emergency response system, a
Mhm.
button you can wear around your neck and press it if you
Yes.
need help. And the last thing, if you're on a Blue Cross Blue Shield plan, British plan, you've got what they call blue to blue. You can each year you can make a decision. You're able to, if you wanted to, go onto a supplement plan. There's no other company that does that.
Oh, nice.
So you can, without medical underwriting, go onto a Blue Cross supplement plan.
That would be changing what I've already got.
Yeah, that would be changing what
Oh.
you already got. But
Why would I want to do that?
Out of probably hundreds and hundreds of people I've signed up, I've had probably 3 people do it, mainly because and all 3 were veterans, and they just wanted to get the high deductible plan G, which costs. When I did it for them, it was costing about $50 a month. It's probably $68 a month or so now.
Mhm.
But it enabled them that they were living in. This wasn't in this county. This was up in Raleigh, and they were living. There was one of them had a facility that they needed to go to, that would only take a supplement plan. And so that's why they were using that.
Gotcha. All right. I understand.
But you do have that
Okay.
possibility,
Okay.
and if somebody got cancer, for instance, or
Sure.
it
might wanna
could be something to look at. Yeah.
All right. One of the things is here, and I think we kind of talked about it. I want to be sure it's the same thing. Rewards for having medical screenings. That's like your eyes and like your annual physical or what like that. You get
It's
rewards.
for your annual physical, not for your eyes.
Not for my eyes.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, yeah.
So dental, I get rewards for the dental getting.
No.
Don't
So
get
the
that.
rewards.
All right. So when I go to see him, I get my physical. Now, is that also for? That's just for medical, like.
It's your annual physical exam. So
Okay.
if you're going for an annual physical exam, you want to make sure
I have
that
to go
it's
through 2 of them though. I have to go through one for dermatologist,
That's what I was going to for cancer, skin cancer.
and to,
Okay.
because of previous situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to go for one for that, and of course my normal doctor,
And
It's
how about
your
your
normal doctor one.
cardiologist?
just the normal doctor.
Just the normal healthcare provider, not your cardiologist.
No.
Now,
It's like I have to go twice a year for the skin cancer because I've been
Right.
having so many
Yeah.
Sure.
outbreaks. Yeah.
Haven't we
And
all?
I have to go
Yeah.
because of the cardiology issue. I have to go, I think it's 4 times a year to, not to the cardiologist,
Yeah.
but to
Yeah.
my regular doctor because she does
Yeah.
takes all the screenings.
Yeah.
And she gets all this
Yeah.
blood pressure stuff that I take
Yeah.
every day.
Mhm.
She gets all of that. She can read me like like she was sitting in the house.
So, but you
Mhm.
list one as your annual, and then the others you can't.
It doesn't
claim,
say
right?
annual. It just
Yeah.
says for having medical screenings. Is
Yeah,
that
the others,
just an
Yeah.
annual or
just
does it
the
cover-
annual. Yeah.
Well,
won't
how
cover
about-
multiples every year?
But there may be some other
Trying to find one.
there may be some other screenings in there. I haven't
Like a
I haven't
mammogram.
done it myself for Blue Cross. I'm having my annual physical next month. I'm going to do that, and I'll check into it and find
See if
out
Okay.
I
what
can there.
other ones there are.
Well, because women, they have every year they have their annual
Other stuff.
mammogram. So I'm gonna check mine when I get home and log in there and see what all you can
Now,
actually
it pays
claim.
for it, but it just doesn't give you rewards back, is what you're saying. It's still going to pay for your other exams.
Yes.
Yeah, your normal. Yeah,
But
if you're seeing your normal
Which-
doctor PCP, then it's going to be a
Mhm.
0.
Yeah, so you
Which
got that all
makes
taken
sense.
care of, but then
Yeah.
for one time a year or whatever it comes out to be, you'll let us know. You'll get a reward back. You get
Yeah.
extra money back.
Yeah.
Where does that money
Yeah.
go? How do I get it?
Onto your flex card.
Oh, so I get extra money into that's
Yeah,
That's the only
and
way
that's
I
where
can-
you can spend it on.
Yeah.
Like
That's-
Lee was saying, at various stores and
But
so on.
I-
For
for
what you
Same
me
time, I have
and
to go
my
to
flex
Lowe's.
plan. I can't
Lowe's.
get it for just anything. I mean, I don't have an income on my flex plan for a bunch of other stuff. It's just for the medical exam, right?
It's a medical exam and also the fitness stuff. If you're logging those 8 times a month, if you log that,
Oh, okay.
then you can get $10 a month. And I did this
That'd be
not
$120
not
a
on the
year.
Blue Cross plan, but I did it on one of the other plans, and I got all $250. I think I did it for 2 years. Can't remember. Yeah.
Okay, well, good.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess I have to go to the gym 8 times a month.
Yeah.
I
And
need
guess
to-
what?
exactly.
Or do a walk or something. You can say I did a walk with
I walk every day, but I'm
That's
walking the
too
dogs.
easy. Sit on the couch and say I just got off the treadmill. That's too easy. That's cheating. That's
Uh-huh.
cheating.
I couldn't do that.
I couldn't do that anyway. But I mean, there are people that would try.
Yeah, well, there's scammers on all sides.
Yes.
All right, Peter, thank you. You're back next week,
Yes.
Yeah.
and we're getting really close. So you guys, if you got something, you got questions, you don't, or maybe you are eligible to make a change now or not, you can call Peter. You can find out. 252-675-4488. You can call his cell number. You can also go today between 10 o'clock and 3 o'clock at the Walmart on Market Street on Marine Boulevard North at the intersection of Western Boulevard. And he will be up there behind the cashiers, behind that little row of people that take your money. That's what cashiers are, right? But if you want to go up there today, tomorrow, and also next
So-
Wednesday and Thursday.
Yep. So it's each Wednesday and Thursday till the end of this month.
Yep.
Yep.
So we got, 2 more weeks or something?
Yeah, we've got this week and next week, and that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it? Wow.
Yeah, time flies.
It does. All right.
It does. It does. It seems like
But maybe turning 65 sometime after the first, if you're going to do that, you may want to go ahead and set up to talk with Peter because you're going to be sort of semi-automatically enrolled.
right.
And there's one guy that I was talking to yesterday or whenever.
That's the question I was just going to ask.
Okay.
We were talking to Tim yesterday.
Yeah. So one of our guys is going to be turning 65
Mm-hmm.
this coming year, December.
Yes.
Well, whenever he turns 65.
yes.
And he's still working. And he says he has the option of not signing up for
He
Medicare.
said he was told that he'd be better off not to sign up for Medicare.
Do
I
you
mean,
have
he's
that
under-
option? And if you do exercise such an option, does that going to hurt you later on?
No, if he's got insurance through his company, which I assume he has, then he will get Part A when he turns 65, but elect not to get Part B.
Okay.
Which is what you
But
have
he's
to
gonna
pay
get
for
Part
Part
A
B.
either way, right?
He'll get Part A
Okay.
anyway, but Part B he won't be paying for, which is $185 for most people each month.
85?
185.
Well, okay, let me ask you this. Your opinion, is that a wise thing to do is not sign up for Medicare?
Well, Part B of Medicare. You're gonna get
Right.
Medicare.
It's a total financial decision. You've got to have a look and see what the costs and the benefits of staying in your company plan are compared to the costs and benefits of going for Medicare, of taking Medicare Part B and getting perhaps an Advantage plan or a supplement plan. You got to look at that. For most people that I've come across, it depends on the company they're working for. I was going to say what. But it depends on the company you're working for.
Some companies have better plans than other companies.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
look at it carefully.
Yeah.
Get it all together.
Yes.
Get it from your corporate, whoever your headquarters are. Get whatever your plan says that you are covered, what they cover, and then bring it to Peter.
Yeah, I know
That's
that
what
he's
I
under
suggested,
his
Tim.
wife's insurance, which she just retired from the federal government, has the Blue Cross Blue Shield. So, but we just told him best thing to do when it's time, call you.
Yeah, because I retired, my wife retired, and I was under her plan with the state. But I still had Medicare, and then the Advantage plan happened to be something else, but that got changed. I've changed that because it's better and it's cheaper.
Yeah.
Because they went up on my share of what it was she was having to pay. It used to be $5 a month, then it went up to like 7 times that, 8 times that. So time to come off of that, and the benefits are better anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. So it's a good financial decision. You've got to
Great
have a look
financial
and
decision.
see. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, Peter. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
And we
very
appreciate
much.
it. We will see you
Yeah.
again next
week.
Yeah, it'll be Mr.
Yeah.
Wright will be in the house, ladies. If you
Yeah.
want to give him a call today, 252-675-4488, or anytime over the next week or so. And you can stop by
Yep.
We'll be at Walmart today and tomorrow. 10
Marine
to
Boulevard
3.
North and
Yes.
intersection of Western Boulevard. You can grab
The one with the golden corral in the car park.
there you go.
Yeah.
And we
In the car park?
that's
Did
the
you say
parking lot.
Yes, that's what I say. Car
He
park.
said
You
in
say
the car
parking lot.
park.
I know that.
He said, the Golden Corral in the car park.
Yeah.
So I should say parking lot. Yes,
Why?
you're quite right. I've got that.
This is a South.
Then you would lose your distinction.
I know. No, I like it. The car park.
Yeah, we're gonna go park the car in the
I'm going
car
to do that
park.
to my sister next
The
time. I'm going to
parking
say,
lot. Okay.
where did we park in the car park? She'll be like,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Peter, thank you. We'll
Very
see you next
good.
week.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Cheers.
Peter, as
All right,
always.
and, stay warm. You'll be nice today. And we had pretty decent weather looking there
Oh,
for a few
weather.
days here too. And and the astronauts are enjoying some decent weather back on Earth. The marine outlook today through Friday evening is seeing a small craft advisory. So that doesn't mean the weather on shore is going to be bad. It just means the weather in the ocean is going to be on the challenging side. For today, northerly winds 10 to 15 knots, becoming westerly 5 to 10 this afternoon, 3 to 5 footers, 2 feet near shore. Not a bad day if you'd like to take a trip to the offshore fishing grounds today, but just come back early. Don't push it too late. Sounds and rivers of moderate chop, diminishing to a light chop by the afternoon. Tomorrow, southerly winds kicking up 10 to 15, increasing to 20 to 25 with gusts to 30 knots in the afternoon. 5 to 7 footers offshore, near shore 2 to 3, building to 3 to 5 in the afternoon. Sounds and rivers of moderate chop, becoming rough in the afternoon tomorrow. Northwesterly winds on Friday 20 to 25 knots, gusts to 35, 5 to 8 footers. Sounds and rivers rough.
Nice. Today is sunny with a high near 78. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low of 46. Thursday afternoon showers and possible a thunderstorm Mostly sunny with a high near 77. Friday, sunny with a high near 60. It'll be nice, except for the pollen.
Okay,
It's starting.
the guys with ICE. You know what ICE is? That doesn't mean the
Yes.
Iceman. That means the feds.
Right.
The guys that go after
Yes,
illegal
yes,
aliens
baby.
and other stuff.
Right.
They've been busy actually in North Carolina, though they've been working without a lot of publicity, just the way they like to do it. Earlier this month, the feds took 24 undocumented immigrants, that's what they call them officially, into custody in the Charlotte area. 2 of those they snatched up are known members of the violent MS-13 gang.
Yes.
That's the gang, for those of you who have no clue, you may have heard about it, that was formed years ago by illegal Salvadorians who came to the United States illegally. MS-13 did not originate in El Salvador, as people think. It was formed in the United States when the illegals from El Salvador arrived here. Since the formation, violent murders, rapes, and other felonies have been linked to the gang members. They're bad news, folks, and I'm amazed that we have even allowed them to exist in this country.
Amen.
Why didn't we snatch them up all along? Because for some reason or another, we were tippy-toe around the illegals. Doesn't matter what they are, just tippy-toe around them. Those illegals taken into custody had several charges pending against them already, including charges related to illegal firearms, property crimes, that means burglaries, drunk driving, and they don't ever show up for court. They probably don't have driver's licenses, as well as a host of other felony charges. ICE said it is still looking for at least 18 other undocumented immigrants in North Carolina detainers. Let me explain. The time. Officially, an immigrant request from ICE that asks a federal, state, or local law enforcement agency, now that includes jails, prisons, or other confinement facilities, mental wards, whatever. The immigration folks, ICE, they want these people to notify the requesting agency, ICE in this case, as early as possible before the group releases a removable alien. Hold the alien for up to 48 hours beyond the time they would ordinarily release them to DHS. That's so DHS has time to assume custody in accordance with federal immigration law. I'll explain. Even if an inmate with a federal retainer is able to make bail, or if this guy is in prison and has served his time, and you know there's an immigration detainer on this individual, the jails, the prisons, the law enforcement agencies, before they cut these suckers loose, they're supposed to notify ICE. Hold them behind bars, even if they've made bail, even if they're free to go, according to the state law. There's a federal hold on them. They should hold them. At least 6 of the undocumented immigrants arrested this month had immigration detainers issued in Mecklenburg County. So at least 6 of those guys that they nailed so far had detainers. 5 others were arrested in Mecklenburg County last month in February. So that's 11 that had detainers, that the state of North Carolina's lawmen in jails and prisons did what they're supposed to do. They held them for the feds.
I tell you.
There are people living here in the United States illegally, people that are not the immediate targets of ICE. Why? Well, foreigners who arrived here legally, a year ago or more, but overstayed their visas. Suppose they came to work, to live here for a certain period of time, and they had a visa that said they could be here until January 1st of this year, and they're still here. They were here legally. Now they have overstayed their visas, so are here illegally. Those are not the ones that ICE is jumping up and down on, going after them with guns drawn. Okay, they're going after
Right.
illegal aliens who have, generally speaking, other charges in North Carolina or somewhere in the United States. They want people who have been breaking other laws first while in the United States. They want the really bad of the bad.
Mhm.
That's what ICE is after. Some folks, some kids and students and teachers, I think in one county, Monroe County, out there, not far from Charlotte,
Been there.
apparently they have been protesting ICE
Yes.
doing things. I don't care if you are an illegal alien and ICE is after you, they're after you for some bad things. You might want to consider these individuals as not being the kind of people you want to be in school with or have your kids associated in school with.
Oh, exactly.
There are
I'm right there with
MS-13
you.
gang members all over this country. They did not come here as gang members from El Salvador. They came here as illegal aliens. Then they formed a gang. And now others who are coming here are joining the gang. It's growing. And they're becoming more violent. MS-13 is a bad thing. You think the Crips and the Outlaws and the Hells Angels, those social clubs, they weren't social clubs in the day, but by today's standards with the gangs of today, they're social clubs, comparatively speaking. And these people, they don't recognize our laws, number one. So it's all a big pain. I asked yesterday, we got a couple of callers, so we've got time. We'll try it again today. If you have been, you continue to be a really good Trump person, you like him, you say you like him. Is there anything up to 3 items that you really don't like that he's doing? I don't care whether you like him personally or not. You don't like him personally, or you like him, you like what he's doing, but you don't like him personally. That also applies.
Right.
Let us hear from you. What is it you don't like about him? If you really like him, what is it you don't like about him? You wish he would change. We had a couple of those yesterday. Back in the day when he was tweeting all the time,
Well,
we
let me
heard him
ask
all the
you.
time.
Name one thing, just one thing is all I'm going to ask, like about what he's done since he's been president.
Well, I really don't like, I really love the going after the illegal aliens.
Yes.
Number one, I don't like drugs. I don't like illegal
Right,
drugs, especially. I don't like drugs coming to this country. I don't like that the parents and the spouses of the kids who have buried their fathers, their mothers,
Mhm.
who have gotten on fentanyl because they just were party people and they just went about their business partying and get some fentanyl and they die. I don't like that. We lost 111,000 of them in the most recent year that I saw, and that's been a year or so ago, so just probably more. But we lose them. They die. And when I compared that to the 13, 14 years we were in Vietnam with 58,000 of our people being murdered,
Right.
killed in action, 58,000 over a period of 13, 14 years, depends on who you ask. I always said it was 10. It's more. We were there before that. 10 years plus. And we lose twice that many people in 1 year.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
For opioid overdoses, most of those opioids were fentanyl. So that's one thing I don't like. That I do like about him. He's
Yes.
going after them. And I
Yes.
just hope that they all,
He's
I
cleaning
don't,
up the country.
I don't
of the
care if the
scum.
pilots get out of those planes up in the air and land somewhere where a ship picks them up and let the plane fly itself for a while until it runs out of the next gallon of fuel.
tell you.
I don't care as long as it doesn't hit anybody.
Put him
who's
on that
innocent.
ship and hit the tilt button.
There you go. Now, was there some other? I mean, I'm a direct person. So you folks, if you've got something you really like or really don't like about him, let's say you don't like what he's doing and you do like him and you like what he's other things that he's does, call us. Now, if you're a person from the other side, wherever, and you really
detest
you
him.
hate this man.
Hate him.
You detest him. He stinks. You just
Yes.
wouldn't support him. You
No
wouldn't pour a
matter
bucket of
what.
water on him if he was on fire.
That's right.
I cleaned that one up nicely.
You did.
You would not do anything to save this man under any conditions. You just don't to make you happy. But if you're one of those and you can think of one thing that you do like that he's done, not that you like him, but is there anything that he's done that you really like? I want to hear from both of you classes of individuals.
Yeah. I would like to know. I'm just public
I'm going to
opinion.
give you two numbers. The first one is 910-333-0139. That's our main number.
Mm-hmm.
If you call and you get a busy signal when that one is when you call in, then call 910-333-0151. Same number except 0151. And that's our line 2. Unfortunately, line 2 is not, line 1 is not rotoring over to line 2 right now. It's an electronic glitch
It's just being
Add-
silly.
at Spectrum headquarters, I'm sure. It's not here.
Yeah.
We don't have control over it here.
Yeah.
So it's one of those dang computer electronic glitch thingamabobbers.
I agree with you. I like the fact that he's got a strong FBI now, and
So far, I like what's
so far I
happening
like
there.
what Patel's been doing.
Just got to make sure it goes way below him,
Yes,
all the way down to the working group, the people, the brick agents. As
I
John
like our
Legato calls
Homeland Security is making a lot of headway.
them. Making a lot of noise too.
Yeah, you go, girl. But I mean, cleaning the riffraff, cleaning the criminals out of our country that don't belong here to begin with and should have never come in, and fighting the fentanyl crisis. I think that's my number one.
Now, a lot of people are saying that they just don't think, they're afraid that he's going to get political, go after his political enemies. Yeah, I would be afraid too if I was in their shoes. If
Well,
I had been doing anything illegal, I'd be
You
afraid.
reap what you sow.
I'd be really afraid. But that is not what is on the target. He
Right.
on the
I
front
agree.
of his agenda. It's not at the top of the agenda.
Mhm.
He can't. He's only got 3.5 years to go.
Right.
Okay, he cannot get everything done if they move full speed ahead. We got 17 million illegals in this country right now.
Right.
Can't get to the bottom ones. You can't get to those that are just came across the border and at this time. They'll slowly get to them one way or the other if the right person is elected after he's gone. But it's because it's going to take years.
Well, put yourself in his shoes, Rayford. For 4 years, you were president and you were attacked constantly. Then someone else took over. Biden became president for 4 years. And when Trump decided he was going to run for a second term, the attacks started again and they got worse. And as you would say, worser and worser and worser. And, sure, if I was elected president and I sat in that seat, I'd be telling every one of them, you better watch your back, just to make them nervous for no other reason, but you know what? Can you blame the man?
I would not even give them
It's Trump though.
I'd let them sweat. I'd rather let you sweat. I would not say one word to my political enemies because every politician's got the people that don't like him and he doesn't like them.
Right.
Okay?
Oh, sure.
That's the way
normal.
politics are.
Right.
It sucks, but that's the way it is. They've all got a list of people that they won't invite to, they wouldn't pour water on them if they caught on fire.
You're not coming to Thanksgiving dinner, that's
So,
for sure.
well, that's for dang sure. But
I'll get you.
I don't. He's got to get over thinking about those people right now. He can think about that and throw things at the dartboard when he gets at home.
Right.
He's got he's got so much more to get done,
Mm-hmm.
and he doesn't have that much time. He's only got a small amount of time.
That's right. 4 years will go fast.
3
The
years and
first year-
change, and the first year is moving rapidly.
Right.
But
Well, the one thing he's got going for him though this term is that he's already been in. He knows where all the bathrooms are. He doesn't have to spend all his time searching. He learned by his last administration. He listened to everyone telling him, this is who you need to put here, there.
Yeah, no.
You saw a lot of firings within the first 6 months,
No.
a lot of people let go, a lot of hurt feelings. This time he walked in there and he already knew
Mhm.
this is who I want. And
Now, he's got he's got a lot of things to deal with, and he's the only obstacles right now that he's got because the Democrats learned their lesson.
Right.
They deep down they're fearing what's going to occur in 2028 because I think they got it. They thought they had an option here, but if Trump does well throughout this term, then that's when the Democrats have a real problem. But if the Democrats go after him now as viciously as they did for the 2020 election, then they won't stand. They could run me.
Yeah.
They could run me as a Republican nominee if I change parties, and then I could be elected to be president in 2028 if the Democrats are as stupid as they were in 2020.
Well,
or before 2020, during the last part of his first term, and during the time between the two 2020 and 2024, they were dumb.
right.
They went absolutely rabid dumb. And you think Donald Trump was being crazy and doing what he was doing? Oh no, he didn't even come close to the
Well, I
Democrats.
have
And
to
y'all know
say-
I don't like Trump.
A couple years ago, the Republican Party was like just exploding and imploding, maybe is a better word, and had so many issues. Now it's the other side, the Democratic Party. So it's a shame that politics has to rule so much.
Yep. So anyway, it's going to be an interesting next couple of years or so. Now your turn to call. Y'all just don't want to weigh in. Okay, it's okay.
Somebody needs to
910.
call. You have time.
910-333-0139. 910-333-0139. If that line is busy, or you just want to try out the other line, you can do that now too. 910-333-0151. 01 and then area 51, y'all. That's where we are. That's the only way
Area
I can remember.
51.
Only way I
Have
can
you ever
remember
been
that
there?
number. No,
Do you
Not-
want to go?
not that I'm telling you. Not in this form have I been there.
Yes. Oh gosh. I had a friend.
You want to see the other form?
No, I had a friend
What?
that worked, a coworker, past coworker, that was so into that Area 51, and he was wearing shirts with a little all sorts of stuff. He was really into that.
Well,
Don't they have some kind of annual event where people
they
go out
do.
there?
Crazies. But we've, the mess is heating up with the drones.
Yes. Did you
this-
watch that 60 Minutes?
did. That's this drone activity, folks. You
What the
can't go into your
fun
backyard and
that.
shoot a drone down. That's illegal.
Right.
You can call the cops if you feel it's a threat or an invasion of your privacy. If your wife or whoever is out in the backyard, or you've got children
Mhm.
playing in the backyard, and there's a little tiny drone buzzing overhead,
Right.
that's not an official drone.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
That's going to be somebody who's prying, who's sneaking, hoping to grab a glimpse of whatever, or they're looking at your children.
Right.
That is what you would call the police for, and let law enforcement come out there. And police actually can, if they feel there is a danger, it can be shot down. You cannot shoot it down. There's a guy down in Florida that did that. There's one, and he said he's got signs, and he does have no drone zone posted around his yard. He's an older guy, not as old as I am, older, and about twice his size of me,
Right.
and in girth. And he called the police. He said, "There's been a drone over my yard, and I just shot at it."
Can't
What?
do that. You
It
can't
got
do
their
that.
attention anyway. They came out and they
Right.
said, "Well, Mr. So-and-so," and they got it all on camera.
Mm.
And you shot it? Yes, I did. Why? Because I told it can't be here, and I don't trust these drones that are flying around here. You know what? This is an invasion of our privacy, and they pose a danger, in my opinion. And so, and these cops started talking amongst themselves. He said, he used a pistol. He said, can we get the pistol? And the guy said, yeah, we need to. So he asked for the pistol, and the guy went to get his pistol. They took the pistol, unloaded it, and said, Mr. So-and-so, you used this pistol to shoot at the drones? Yeah. You do know you hit that drone, right? He said,
Right.
I did. Good. No,
well-
you see, you're going to have to come with us. It's a misdemeanor, but you can't fire your gun in the city limits, number one, and you can't shoot at drones, number two.
I'll put the link to the video that I was referring to. It was on 60 Minutes this
Yeah.
past week
That's a great piece of video to watch.
about drone swarms inside. Let me see if they can get it click off.
Now, are they
inside the U.S. could be spying, and the ability to detect, track them is lagging.
It is. There are some things that some folks may or may not consider illegal. There are short-range transmitters. Let me just go ahead and tell you, the drones operate, those controlled operational frequencies are on this, what they call the spread spectrum band. It's 2.4 gigahertz and 5.6 gigahertz, whatever it is. There's a wide range of frequencies in there. There are jammers that are offered probably on the black market that you could actually put a jammer up there and jam a drone. And in fact, it's a good possibility that it will come land in your yard if you jam it while it's over your yard. It won't crash because they go into auto landing mode when they don't receive a signal anymore,
Right.
or they return to the base, one or the other. But if you've got them jammed to the point that they can't tell you, they don't know where the base is anymore, they're just going to touch down. Now, that's an electronic way of doing it. Is it legal? Probably not. Possibly not. I haven't seen any cases built around it. I don't know of any time that has actually happened that the people that may have done this called the police and said, I guess what I did. No.
Well, I don't know. How would
So-
you feel though if you saw a drone hovering and peeking through your windows in your backyard? What would you do?
I would say, well, it's a big old hummingbird, and he's an attack hummingbird. He's coming to get me.
A blue jay
It's a
coming
little,
after your
it's a
cat.
little, yeah, it's one of them hawks that we got flying around here.
Oh, I had one out.
It's a possibility,
yesterday.
they come after cats and little
Yep,
dogs.
I know. I kept
And,
watching my
and-
dog
And
yesterday.
if you don't think I'm going to hurt that little, whatever it is, comes after my little kitty cats and
Mhm.
dogs, am I going to shoot it down? Of course not.
I didn't hear a thing. I think it was a firecracker. Somebody was shooting off firecrackers.
Nobody ever hears one shot or pays any attention to it. You understand that?
Right. Right. I mean,
Do not do it. Your
Yeah.
bullet, if when you miss, because you're going to miss,
Mhm.
98.9% of you will miss. And your bullet's going to go up and it's going to come down and it's going to hit something. If it happens to hit a creature, man, woman, other animals, children, it's going to come down with enough force to kill, depending upon where it hits them. Do not shoot a bullet into the air. Shotgun pellets.
that's got to come down.
Shotgun pellets, people get excited about that, but they'll go up and they come down very slow velocity and they're very
Mhm.
tiny. But bullets, projectiles, they'll come down at a very fast rate of speed. There were people during the first war, Gulf War. Remember that?
Right.
They got out there shooting their
I don't remember it, but
AK-47s,
right.
shooting them up in there, and they're celebrating and yada, 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 yada. Those bullets came down. There were people hurt.
Yeah. I mean, come right down and embed in your brain.
You got 30 caliber bullets going up in the air, and most of them are going pretty straight up. They were coming down within.
What goes up has to come down.
It will come
Yeah,
down.
we know.
So y'all don't go out there and shoot up in the air. If you're in the middle of the desert and there's a drone aggravating you, it's between you and the drone.
Right.
Keep one thing in mind, whatever you do. That drone has got a camera on it, and it is sending live pictures back to headquarters. Wherever
Live pictures of you shooting at it
yeah,
in your
in
backyard.
other words, you will be identified.
Mm-hmm.
You will know where they took it because before it goes down, its GPS location will be known
Right.
back at whoever owns the drone. Could be the little kid down the block. Well, it was at this location when it went down. It just disappeared. And I saw this guy standing outside. It looked like he had a gun, and then my drone fell down.
I tell you.
So be careful.
Everywhere you go, there are cameras.
There's evidence there.
We have a lot of store thefts. I think we just had one at
Yeah.
Burlington outlet the other day, constantly Lowe's, Walmart.
Yeah.
But you know what? Every single one of them has got your picture, which is online saying, do you need this person?
Yeah. And there's somebody going to rat you out because
And
plug
drones.
for Crime Stoppers. If you don't want to call the police, you know that the pictures
Right.
that you saw on the net, the internet somewhere or on our Facebook page or wherever, you know this person. You don't want to be involved. You don't want him to know that you called. I mean, it's not nice for some people to call on their brother, right?
Right.
But it might be his brother.
Right.
They might not get along. He said, well, and he's worth a couple of $100. And Crime Stoppers will give me a few $100 for that. I'll call him in anyway.
Right.
If you're a bad person, you got enemies. When they see your picture, they may be calling it in. I hope they do. You don't have to call the police. You can call Crime Stoppers. You can
That's
just
right.
look up Crime Stoppers wherever you are, because in every county is a different telephone number. Okay, you can call your local Crime Stoppers and report this guy is a suspicious individual. He looks like the person that robbed that little lady. He looks like the person that did this. Or you can call and say, listen, would you pass along to your narcotics folks that these people have got people coming in when their red light is turned on, or there's an indication, and then suddenly the cul-de-sac gets filled up with cars coming in, getting out. The guy gets out of the car, walks up to the door, and walks away 2 minutes later. Smiling. Okay, yeah. You know what they're there for? They're there because the guy got a shipment of dope in, and he puts the light on to let all the people know he's got dope. He's dumb.
Oh, people.
Yeah, but he hasn't been caught lately.
No, he will be.
He will be.
He will
Hopefully
be.
so. So if y'all got a neighbor that does things like that, or you know somebody down the road that does things like that, you can actually make some money off of them. Why work for a living when all you could do is be a professional stoolie? An informant.
No thanks.
Why not?
No. Mm-mm.
If I could drive around this town like I probably should do and spend a little bit of time surveilling a house or two every now and then and turn it into the police or turn it into Crime Stoppers.
I just like to stay out of everything.
Well, they don't know who you are.
Still,
They don't know who you are.
Then I'm going to slip up and tell my sister, and she's going to slip up and tell a coworker,
You mean
and that coworker's going to tell their brother.
tell a
and
sis
pretty
or telegraph or telephone, right? All the
and
same
pretty
thing.
soon, everybody's going to know
Then
that I've
don't
been
tell.
squealing.
Then don't
I've
tell.
been narking.
Then don't tell. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday. We're going to have a moment or two for when the Miller time rolls around.
I've got questions on the controversy over UNC, over the Tar Heels playing in the March Madness. And, well, we'll discuss it tomorrow. Don't mess with my Tar Heels.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch him
Well, your coach got fired, so I don't. He's gone.
because he wasn't aggressive enough. They're waiting for. They're just waiting to see until the next one gets here. Okay,
Battle of the colleges.
we will see you tomorrow morning, bright and early. Right in the morning, 7 o'clock, right here, same time, same channel, same YouTube channel. Got it? Have a great day. Be safe out there. We are awake, finally, and not awoke, and not awoke. And well, we are awoke, but we're not woke. You're confused.
What's the difference between awaken and awoke?
I awoke you, or I awakened you.
I didn't
You
say
have-
awakened. I said
You-
awaken.
I am awakened. I don't
I
know.
awoke from my dreams, or
Do I look like I love English language? Okay. See you in the morning. Have fun, guys. Be safe.